I remember being in New York in a bar and making eyes with this person for like an hour. And as she was walking out an hour later, she literally looked over and she went, that was enough. Because then I went, like, and then I started to make my way over. That little moment where she did that was what meant that we talked. You know the number of times, think in your life, the number of times you were one hair away from not meeting someone that ended up being in your life. We have people in social environments looking down at their phone instead of up at who's in the room. That's what most people do. They go out, they sit down at a table that eliminates their presence from the room. The guys are the same. The guys are walking around this like they're James Bond all the time. Like they walk into a room like this. We're all being too fucking cool. It might be worth making it a little more obvious you'd like them to do something. Just walking past a guy and smiling when you like him is the difference much of the time between him doing something and doing nothing.
I followed Matthew's advice because I'm an extrovert when I'm with my girlfriends, but when I'm, with anyone else, I'm all shy. And I started talking to people, and I just became so much more confident. I had way better dates, way better experiences. I met heaps more people. My life has amped up 1,000,000%. I can't even explain how much.
My why is I think we're incredibly lonely. The world is lonely, isn't it? Like life is lonely, the world is lonely. It's like it's like drinking a coffee in the morning and have nothing to do with all of that energy. Because you know you want to give it to someone. You know you have so much more to give than what you're giving right now because you have no object to direct it towards. Life is just this big video game. The way we play video games is we really explore in the game. Like we go through different doors, we talk to different people, we go to different areas, we collect gold coins over here. We really explore the world. We play the hell out of the game. What if your life was a video game and there's just in Melbourne tonight alone, there's just in that video game and all of them has a different story and all of them has something different to teach you or you to teach them. If we started seeing our life like that, like the best video game that was ever created, and we're actually in it, we would live with a whole different...
So, I wouldn't say, a lot of the stuff that Matthew says is kind of like a light bulb going off for a lot of us, and it's stuff that we know naturally, where we actually try to avoid confrontation. And when I say confrontation, I don't mean that in a derogatory term. I mean or a negative term. I mean that in terms of basically you encountering someone can just be a matter of you speaking to them. One thing that he says that we constantly tell that is constantly, not when I say we, I've mentioned that to videos and I've actually coached women where I told this, just smiling. And it's just men as well. When you have you have men like me who don't have you can't really tell here on camera because I'm always smiling, but in real life, that's not the disposition of my face. I'm a very intense looking person from what I've been told. I'm 6 foot, I'm over 200 pounds. Or when I say over 200, I'm about 220 right now, 220 plus. Let me stop lying, I'm 226 to be exact. I'm 6 foot, 226 pounds, right? And I have this beard, right? And I have this hair, this crazy looking hair. So it may be off-putting or intense to some people, and I really don't smile like that. My face is just, this is how my face naturally is. Right? I'm not mad or anything, it just looks like that. And so I walk and people think that I'm upset. So with women are the social of the species, obviously, as we're constantly saying. And just that welcoming smile from a woman can sometimes mean the difference of a man approaching you or not. What he said in the beginning is crazy because I know a lot of us guys, we've been through that where we're giving eye contact. I don't know if you give me eye contact for long enough, I'm coming to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be no all night thing where I'm looking back and forth and we're looking at each other. I'm going to introduce myself and, if you want to, and this is the thing about a lot of you guys, you're fearful. And then I'm talking to women as well, because women don't approach. There's no way in hell they're gonna approach a man. Because there's been tests and videos that you guys and I may have reacted to about women just don't know what to say when they approach guys. And you ever had a woman approach you and she just like really is kind of awkward for her, and you're like you know, you leaning down, for those of you guys who are taller than the women, you're leaning down and you're like, hey, what's up, you know, whatever, blah blah blah, and she's like, you know, kind of like trying to get it out, but she's kind of nervous or whatever, you know. Guys, at least for me, I try to make a woman feel comfortable. It's like women don't care about making you comfortable and inviting when you go over to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll tell you, oh, blah blah blah, and they're usually with their girlfriends a lot of times, as opposed to when you catch a woman by herself. You know, women are completely different. You know, because that girlfriend will cock block whatever, and a woman will say things when she's with her girlfriends, and she'll be cheating herself out of a good experience. Somebody that she never knew who this guy could have been at the end of the day. Same thing with this woman. And just like he said, we've encountered so many people where we don't know where they could have fit in our lives. Or somebody that you do know now, how did you meet them? Was it by chance? Did you walk up and introduce yourself? Did they walk up and introduce themselves to you? That whole Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is one of those things that even in my late 30s, I got that book to learn that, because I've never was good at that. I've always been a stoic loner. You know what I'm saying? But I had to learn, and I still work on my social skills. Everybody isn't born. Some people are, and I think those people are blessed that are born and able to talk to. And not all women have social skills either. Some women are just beautiful, and guys, I always say we overlook a lot of the things with women that women wouldn't overlook with us a lot of times. You could say, well, if you're handsome, you get away with stuff. That's not necessarily true. Women get turned off so easily because they have an abundance of guys trying to talk to them. And they'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So these things women are in. You see, obviously he gives his these workshops and things like that to mostly women, where he's talking to, and they're just like blown away, like, oh, that's all I have to do. This lady right here was just saying, I've met tons of people just by me being more personable, by me smiling. I've been able to interact. I've cheated myself out of a good experience. Never cheat yourself out of a good experience. So many times we've had people walk away from us and we're like, I should have said something. Things could have turned out differently. Things can always turn out differently, guys. It's just we have to be more aware of what it is that we're doing and the energy that we're putting out. Don't ever cheat yourself out of good experience. Sometimes when I'm riding around, exactly what he said, I try to think of life as a video game. In a video game, when you're playing a simulation, whether it be Grand Theft or whatever, you're more bold, you're more into exploring. You'll go through this door, you'll walk up to this person and talk to them. But in real life, you're just as meek and docile and, you know, don't want to give people eye contact. But you're not like that in a video game. That avatar is representing you. But you think nothing of it, of walking by someone or looking at someone or doing all these things in a video game. So that's how I try to remind myself to look at life as these are NPCs or whatever, non-playable characters or whatever, and this is a video game, and I'm supposed to be having a good time. This is an adventure. Instead of in a video game, you wouldn't sit up cooped up in the house all day. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't just be sitting back, you know, in front of a computer on a video game all day. No, you wouldn't do that. You know. But anyway, man, I'm done talking, man. I think that what he was saying is humbling a lot of these women, and it's to humble us just as human beings all together. It basically brings you down to the point where it's not that serious. You know, they're just like, wow, this is all I have to do. You know, anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Calendly and Linktree, guys. If this is something that there's a lot to unpack in this video, I know I talked about a lot and went off on a tangent. Click that link in the corner, man. If you're looking on, you know, how you can work on your social skills, and maybe I can give you some pointers on some things that you're trying to work on from my experience. I look forward to speaking with you guys. Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back. Subscribe to all my channels. Purchase all my books and merch. Check out all my shows that's coming up on Monday and Thursday. And listen, man, nothing but gratitude and abundance to all you guys that continue to watch my content despite what's going on. And I want to say that, and I'm deeply grateful to you guys. I appreciate you for continuing to rock with me on Instagram as well. So with that being said, man, peace be upon you all. This is Wisdom, the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.